Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jams with co-hosts Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey Townies, welcome to a Friday episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Ross.
David Ross, how are ya?
I'm good, man. I'm dumb. I'm ready to go.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Not dumb.
know if you're as dumb as you say.
What you've decided to do, I think you printed out pictures of yourself to like distract you from trying to make free throws in your own apartment. I don't know
what's
exactly.
going on, man. I
Those
love them all.
huge heads make me laugh every time you do a post with
Yes.
them.
Wonderful. That's good to hear. It's good to hear that it's even noticed at all. Because you know how quarantine is. I'm just posting in my phone. I got no idea if anyone's seeing this stuff.
Into the abyss.
How many
as it
giant
were.
Dave Ross heads do you have?
Dave Ross fatheads?
Let's see. I have 10 2-foot tall heads, and then I have 3 torso and heads, and then I have 1 3-foot tall head. And I also recently got an email from the company Fathead that makes these, inquiring if I would like to have some free fatheads in exchange for me posting about them.
Then you said, hell yes.
Tell them to charge them some
Don't
money,
make my
too.
head fat with these dreams. And all right, fine. I thought I was going
I
for something.
love it.
So
Dude, that's
You know
cool.
what I did too is I am so happy to be sponsored by Fathead. Fathead sponsored comedian Dave Ross.
Thank you.
God, it
Fathead
feels good
sponsored
to
Dave
say
Ross.
that. But they asked me, so they said I could get 2 things from them. So I got a cutout, full body cutout of me just looking like shit.
Great.
One of those photos where I just look like shit.
Yeah.
And then I also tricked. He doesn't know this yet. This is I'm announcing this
Oh,
on
God.
your show.
Here we go.
I told Simon Gibson that I need a full res photo of him for the Good Heroin website.
Very
because
good.
of this.
And he's going to get a fat head. He's going to get it. He's just
bro.
get ready. He's going to get That's so
love it.
funny.
It's like 6
That's a
feet
good
away.
trick. That's a
So
good trick.
good. So
Doing
good.
dumb stuff in the
I mean,
core.
that's
What else
we're-
are we gonna do?
What else are we going to do? We're trying to just do dumb stuff just to keep ourselves sane in this period
Seriously.
of time.
I think so.
I think we've gotten dumber. I really do. Do you think we've gotten dumber in this time, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been getting exponentially dumber real quick for a while now. But yeah,
And it's actually
dumber
real
and
quickly.
crazier.
Dumber and crazier, yeah.
Yeah, I have I don't know. I mean, I don't want to bring the mood too far down, but it's funny how regularly I'll just kind of freak out in one way or another.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny how that happens in quarantine? And then after you're like, oh, I feel better. Okay, yeah, no. That doesn't. I'm not crazy. That's just. I just needed to do that.
I woke up at 4:30 in the morning this morning, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going back to sleep." I mean, my body was like, "Nope, you're not doing it." I was like, I flip flopped more. I flip flopped more than John Kerry.
Okay.
No, I flip flopped so
I feel
much
like I'm at a comedy club.
in my bed. I flip flopped in my bed. No, I flip flopped so much in my bed.
Felt like I was on a swift boat.
You're swift boating me out of this joke is what you're doing. It's bizarre. So I flip-flopped so much, and I was like, every time I flipped, I'm like, it's not what I'm about to do is not going to make me go to sleep. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And it's just, and I was freaking out.
I got on the melatonin thing.
Yep.
And the funny thing about that is it works. It knocks you out. I
Yep.
get sleep,
Yeah.
but the sleep is horrible. I mean, I sleep deeply, but the dreams are nuts. I fight wolves, and then I wake up like,
how
what
are you
happens?
doing it? How are you
living the
taking
movie,
them?
The Grey.
How are you taking the? How are you doing it? By spritz or by?
in the butt?
Oh, that's not how you're supposed to be
no,
doing it.
that
You're going to fight some wolves
That's
there.
the pleasure way. That's the pleasure way.
Do you know they have gummies? I hope you're taking gummies like melatonin.
I'm doing.
gummies.
It's a quick dissolve pill.
Yeah.
Do the gummies.
I got to
man.
do a gum. Okay,
Gummies
gummy.
work.
All right.
What's
And
wrong
we'll-
with just 4
and we'll be-
Advil PM?
And we'll be right back with more Express Scripts. Guys, let's get into some dumb behavior.
All right,
shall we?
Daniel, you got
All
a
right, we have a
story.
story sent to us.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
friends?
Yes.
Sent in by Liz Haggerty at Liz
Love it.
Haggerty.
Love her.
Gentleman
Crushing
Liz
it.
Haggerty.
Here we
Gentle
go.
lady Liz Haggerty.
Mound of pennies dumped in man's driveway. He blames feud over final paycheck.
Yep. You have to go through so much to make this happen.
Is it weird
Yeah.
that just by calling it a mound, it sexualizes the pennies for
It
me?
does feel a little.
Wow.
You
It's
into
a
mound porn?
sexier grouping of
That's how I
pennies.
felt when you said gummy before.
Yeah. Gummy.
Just gum it for a while.
gummy. Or
That's how I felt when you said fathead.
Hey.
Yeah.
A Peachtree City man sounds like a children's book.
Peachtree
City.
Yeah.
Peachtree City could be a pretty cool band.
Peachtree City where the grass is green and the pennies are bitter.
Peachtree
You guys
City.
related?
Yeah.
No. Peachtree City opened up for Savage Garden in 1996.
Yes, they did.
Do not tell me otherwise.
Peachtree City,
Hey,
man.
coming at you. It's 15 past the hour right here. Going to be about 26 to the next hour in a few minutes. We want to tell you, Peachtree
Kicking off a new
City's coming to
nonstop
town.
rock block here on 101.1 The One.
101.1 The One.
It's Savage Garden. We are a Chicka Cherry Cola. Let's get it going.
Can you name 3 Savage Garden songs, Dave
He
Ross?
probably can.
No, you
No, he
can't.
can't.
No way.
The Chicka Cherry Cola one.
Is that one?
The mountain one
No.
where they're like,
I got another
What's
one.
the
I
name
got
of it,
another
Dan?
one.
You got one?
Truly, madly, deeply.
isn't that the mountain? I want to throw you off of a mountain.
Okay, guys. Okay,
I wanna
guys. Okay. By the way,
fuck you
there are
on a mound.
no.
Yeah.
There are.
Is
By the way,
something
there are
about a cracked windshield? Is that them?
No. What if you look it up?
Dashboard
And what if you
confess
look it up
that
and they
one.
don't
Is Savage
have 3
Garden
songs?
Dashboard Confession? Is that
Yes,
the same
it's the
thing?
same
No,
one.
Dashboard
Okay.
Confessional. You mean?
Couldn't be further.
Okay. So,
As a very
Truly-
sad young boy.
Truly madly,
Truly,
deeply
madly,
is
deeply.
one.
Yep.
What was the other one? You
Chicka
guys?
Chicka Cherry Cola.
Chicka
Yeah, what's
Chicka-
that one
not
called?
the name of the
That's
song.
not
I
the
think
name
that's
of
truly madly deeply.
That's truly madly deeply. That's the same one.
Or is that the mountain one?
Chickadee Chin, it's a Chinese chicken.
No, I knew
That's
one.
Bare Naked
Santa
Ladies.
Monica. That was one. Remember
No,
Santa
that's
Monica?
that's Everclear.
No, that's Savage Garden. Santa Monica.
What?
Everclear.
No.
Also, here are the big ones. I knew I loved you. I want you to the moon
I
and
want.
back.
I want you as the Chicka Cherry Cola
Yeah, yeah.
one.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
want you. I don't. Yeah, that's 100%.
Dan, I couldn't. If you played
You
it
guys-
for me, I couldn't even tell you.
By the way,
that
this
step.
could be a bit that the two of you are doing, and I'd be like, I don't know.
Right.
I'm guessing you're right. I've
don't
never
know
heard
Savage
them.
Garden.
I've never heard
Can I
them.
tell you about Savage Garden? To me, too, isn't worth a mound of pennies.
Hey, we're back on this story.
Thank you, Dave Ross. Bringing us
We're
back at
3
2 past
words
the hour.
in. We're 3 words into this story.
Okay.
A Peachtree City man claims a bitter feud over a final paycheck ended with pounds and pounds of pennies delivered to his driveway.
That's not going to be fun. That is not going to be fun to clean up.
Andreas Flatten said when he submitted his 2-week notice
Yep.
in writing last November, hell hath no fury
Like a man with-
like a frustrated boss.
That's not
Quote,
bad.
there's now look, he gives a description of what his boss did when he quit, and I don't know why, but when
By the
I
way,
read this,
and I'm just sorry, but like, do it right. Like, hell hath no fury like a frustrated boss. That's not it. It's hell hath no fury like a boss scorned.
yes,
is what
that
he
would be
should have
great.
said.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Right. Well, here's his description.
It should have been hell hath no fury like a foreman scorned.
That works
Instead
too.
of like a woman scorned.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't want to write this for you,
Well, but you
Andreas.
could, but you can't. You're punching it
Are you going to
up.
send a mound of pennies to me?
Here's his description of what his boss did when he quit, and for some reason to me, it's hilarious. Quote, he froze up and stared at me for like a straight minute. I remember this so clearly. He gets up, put his hands on his head, walks out the door, and disappears for like an hour.
Okay.
What?
That
Is this guy not aware that
at
people
that
quit?
point, at that point you leave. At that point you
Literally,
leave.
he like got up as though like he had just gotten a divorce out of
Yep.
nowhere. Like
Yep.
he was like
Up and out.
hands on head.
Yep.
Walks out, leaves for an hour. That's
it.
when the guy quits.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What
that
was
hour?
this guy's job?
Andreas Flatten worked at Walker Luxury Auto Works in Peachtree City.
So he's doing the Lord's work.
for a year. He had known the owner for 8 years, but Andreas Flatten said that the constant turnover and toxic work environment took a toll.
In 1 year?
Yes.
Wow.
Jeez.
So here's the problem. He knew about the toxic work environment and turnover and turmoil for 8 years. He only chose to work there for 1 year. So it's like he probably came
You know
and
who
was like,
this guy is.
I can change him.
Yeah. You
I
can't.
can change. You
I
can't
don't
change
know.
him.
The boss doesn't sound toxic to me at all.
Yeah, no, this guy. Did the boss dump a thing of pennies? No.
That's the
Well,
Flatten.
that's who did it, right? Is that the
Yes,
story?
Andreas Flatten claims on his last day.
Oh, it is
He
toxic.
delivered his uniforms, washed and in a box, complete with another letter explaining why he was leaving. This is very formal.
God, this guy's amazing. He's covering all
AutoWorks.
bases. Yeah.
He said his boss
Dan
promised
Luxury Auto Works.
promised his final check would be paid in January. It never arrived. He said his boss accused him of damages. I honestly, at this point, never expected him to pay, said Andreas.
No.
Flatten called George's Department of Labor. 5 months later, he was paid, presumably, the full amount in pennies.
How much? Are we going to see the picture of what it looks like?
Yes, I'm going to show everyone a picture of this pennies.
What if it looks just like
Of
me?
this mound of pennies.
Pennies
It's
from
in the
heaven.
It's in the shape of Anwar Sadat. What the heck?
That's the driveway.
That is a lot of pennies.
I have nowhere to put them. I had
So
no
is
idea.
this
Go ahead. Dave.
file called Ross_1.jpg on the internet? Is that
Yes.
just a coincidence?
Yes.
That's
No, we named it for you.
This is our yellow picture.
Wait, Dan,
Whoa.
Dan, how hard would it be to just scoop that into a bag and then into a trash bag and
Well, I
take it
don't
to
know.
a
We're gonna
bank?
find out.
No, but the banks don't like it either because then they
Well,
got
listen to this. This is what Andreas said. I
do
have
you even
nowhere.
get those?
I have nowhere to put them. I had no idea what I was going to do. Like, how do I get money from pennies? Now, look, I don't.
How
want
do
to
I get
victim blame
money
here.
from pennies?
It is money, you idiot.
Yeah.
It's
How
like
do
money.
I turn pennies into money?
Well, you know
Guys.
the song. You know the song
Well,
"Pennies from Heaven."
yeah,
This is
every
money
time it
from
rains.
pennies.
Pennies from like, how do I like? I'm gonna. If you follow our 6-week seminar, we're gonna tell you how to turn money from
That'd be
pennies.
something like if a stripper was like, I have all these singles. How do I get 20s and 100s?
How can I turn this into money?
Yes, well, there is one way in which it's different, and not to be too divisive,
No,
but
get in here.
Pennies are money, but in Andreas's defense, are there banks?
No,
in
what
which
you have to do is a
carry-
Coinstar, and then you're going to lose a percentage of the
Exactly.
money out the gate.
Right.
and then you
Unless
could
you
carry
roll them yourself.
Unless what you do is
garbage
you
bags
get.
of pennies to a bank, and then
No, they
they're
won't even
still
take
gonna be
them.
mad at you.
Most banks will only take pre-rolled coins
Right.
And then they have to unroll them to make sure that they're
all the way through. Yes.
that you didn't just give them like things from the zoo.
Right.
Wow.
Coins that you made from the zoo, which are actually $1, but worth
Criticism
nothing.
online calls for karma, calling the cash dump, it's a coin dump, petty. Flatten stored the pennies in
Petty
his...
or penny?
Petty.
Okay.
Flatten
Nice.
stored the pennies in his garage inside a large wheelbarrow. Brand spanking new wheelbarrow.
Where do you
That is
get-
full to the brim. The wheels are like busted out to the side flat. Andreas Flatten and his
He is
girlfriend.
mad.
I know. Andreas Flatten and
I wish we had a wheelbarrow that worked. Well, we don't. We don't.
because the pennies are in it.
We don't.
And I don't know how to make pennies currency.
I don't know how to make pennies money.
Andreas Flatten and his girlfriend said all the pennies are covered in a type of substance or oil and cannot be cashed until they are all clean. A quote from his girlfriend says, "They're covered in something, don't know what it is, but it smells funny. It's semen."
Yes.
Yeah, it's 100%.
This guy,
Whoa.
This jerk.
this jerk, covers them in something, puts them in his driveway, leaves a note. I could not find out what the note said, but as hard as I looked.
Yeah.
CBS 46 is working to get the owner's side of the story, and when we come back,
We're gonna
to hear it. But
Okay.
first, Andreas Flatten said that his final check comes out to be like how many
much?
pounds of pennies?
Ooh, how many pounds of pennies?
His final paycheck is the equivalent of how many
This is his
pounds
guess?
of pennies. Now, you've seen the picture.
Dan, this is his
and we
guess.
know that it broke a wheelbarrow.
Is this what he says, or is this the actual poundage?
It comes out to this amount of pound of
Okay,
pennies.
so
Yes.
Dave,
Do you know
what do
the
you
amount
think?
of money? Do you know
No.
how much?
Well,
We
we
don't.
will before the
We
end.
will before the end.
of this episode.
Right, you gotta guess poundage right now, my friend.
You're taking the eye test, bro.
Man.
yeah.
And it broke a wheelbarrow.
Well,
which
he's
means,
just
like,
saying
he's
it's heavy that
saying
it's
it's
flattening the tires.
Flattening the tires. Still.
man, that's a tough. I'm going to say like 80 pounds.
80 pounds of pennies.
So Jay and I, when we did
80 pounds
the
of pennies,
United
great indie rock
Stats of
band.
America, 80 pounds of pennies is a Third Eye Blind song, or a Three Dog Night song.
80 pounds of pennies is actually my Third Eye Blind cover band.
It's
Oh,
my
there you go.
actually it's my Five Doors Down Third Eye Blind mix up.
80 pounds of pennies is my cover.
We
band
also
for
play Two
Sixpence
Princes
None
by
the
Spin
Richer.
Doctors.
5,000, 2,500, 600 pennies.
Okay, 80 pounds is what you said, David?
Jay,
I'm 15 for a moment.
No.
Sorry.
I would walk
5,000
500
pennies.
miles.
Why won't you step out from that ledge, my friend?
We got there. And it
We
was
got
coming
everywhere.
when
We
you
got
said it.
everywhere. All right, Jay, what do you think?
Jason,
I'm going to say 180 pounds.
180 pounds.
Yeah, I'm going to say
100.
210 pounds.
210 pounds. So you say 210, you say 180,
boy.
you
He
say
says
80,
80.
Dave Ross.
Well,
We
I
are going to
lost
take a
clearly.
break. When we come back,
yeah.
we're not only going to find out this answer, we're going to hear the other side of the story. We're going to see what Dave Ross is up to. So I know some great things he's up to.
Good.
And if you're a Patreon member, you're going to get a little bit of bonus content when he tells us his own dumb story later on at the end of the
It's
episode.
gonna be beautiful. If I know Dave Ross, it's gonna be beautiful.
We'll be right back after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Okay, I'm so excited about these guys at nuts.com. We met them. They're so cool. Nuts.com is the best kept secret of savvy snackers across the country and now all of us. We love nuts.com over here. Those mangoes, come on, Jay.
Oh, my
They're
Lord.
out of control. We're so happy that they're a Dumb People Town sponsor.
Nuts.com is a family-run business that takes pride in getting you the freshest products available.
Okay, their dried mango, it just mango.
The dried strawberries are the best things. My kids are like, where are I got to order more of them. And it's a family business. Jay and I have
being kids in a family business growing up, we understand that these guys care. They care about you. They care about their employees, and they make a great product.
So they have delicious, healthy, kid-friendly snacks. So I'm worried about what my kids are eating and snacking on every day. Nuts.com makes it easy.
It isn't just, by the way, for snack lovers. It's also your one-stop online pantry shop. You can find baking items, items for smoothies, rolled oats, beans, and more with gluten-free and vegan options too.
With more than 4,000 products to choose from, this is the simple and convenient way to have nutritious, delicious, healthy nuts, dried fruit, flours, grains, and so many other high-quality foods delivered straight to your door.
And delivery is fast. Most orders ship the same day.
Nuts.com customers get free shipping on your first order when you text DPT to 64,000.
And remember, you support our show when you support our sponsors. So text DPT to 64,000 to get free shipping on your first order from nuts.com.
That's DPT to 64,000. Terms apply. Available at nuts.com/terms.
Ooh, that mango.
Fresh from San Diego, California comes the only sunglasses brand I'm ever going to wear again. I love my blenders so much. Of course, talk about Blenders Eyewear, and you are going to be just as hooked as we are when you see how awesome these shades are, right, Jay?
Yes, Rand. Chase Fisher started Blenders by selling his beachy shades out of a backpack while doubling as a surf instructor on Pacific Beach. Is there anything more authentic than
His
that?
goal was to create an adventurous, mid-priced eyewear option with the same cool factor as all the other leading styles.
And unlike expensive big brand shades that you've probably lost or smashed in the past, blenders are actually affordable, so you're not going to cry as much when the inevitable happens.
Blender's team of in-house designers are constantly coming out with new styles, from orange polarized wraparounds, tortoise shell frames with purple lenses, to classic gold arms or black lenses. I got square shaped frames, and I
dope.
love them so much.
And it's not just sunglasses. Blenders has prescription glasses, readers, blue lights, as well as the snow collection with goggles and accessories.
Come
They're
on.
amazing.
So to score 15% off your Blenders purchase, visit blenderseyewear.com and enter promo code DPTVIP.
That's blenderseyewear.com. Use the code DPTVIP for 15% off.
Blenders rock with pride worldwide. All right, I want to talk to you guys about Uncommon Goods. Uncommon Goods is, honestly, you just have to check them out. It's an online shop filled with the most unique, totally unexpected gifts.
And when we say unexpected, we truly mean original things you won't find anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, when you're like, hey, what is a present I can get for somebody?
Oh, how about a basketball waste paper basket? It's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
with a backboard,
With
bro.
a backboard.
You can have the bank open when you
Dan,
throw
you
away
can
that
call
paper.
glass when I'm throwing away all my charts and flow
They also
charts.
have like shower steamers, bath bombs, but for your shower, I love
Adventure
those.
survival kits,
Now,
fire
come on,
starters,
you gonna go
can
alone?
openers,
Yeah.
first aid, fishing tackle, all that stuff together.
If you're shopping for someone's birthday, Mother's Day that's coming up, an anniversary, or a wedding, or you want to go way out in front of Father's Day, Uncommon Goods is the place to go for thoughtful, original gifts for everyone in your life.
So what they do, Uncommon Goods, is they look for products that are high quality, unique, and often handmade in the U.S. They don't sell products made with leather, feathers, or fur.
When you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're supporting artists and small independent businesses. I love that.
It's a Brooklyn-based company that's all about giving back. With every purchase you make at Uncommon Goods, they give back $1 to a nonprofit partner of your choice. They've donated more than $2 million to date.
So to get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/DPT.
That's uncommongoods.com/DPT for 15% off.
Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, they're all out of the ordinary.
Support for this podcast comes from today's military. You have a calling, we have an answer.
You want to have meaning in whatever you do, from improving your community to making the world a better place. You can find that fulfillment in today's military. You have a calling, we have an answer. Learn more at today'smilitary.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We are so excited. Does this drop before the 10th? I don't know if it does. If
I
it
don't
does,
know either.
it
Yes,
does.
it drops on the 2nd.
Okay,
So get your tickets.
Get your tickets for the live Dumb People Town with Ryan Sickler. Oh my
God. The
goodness.
Honey Dumb, y'all.
The Honey Dumb. He does a great podcast called The Honey Do. And then we do Dumb People Towns. We merge it together. And the Cactus Blossoms, they're so good. It's just a great band.
One of the best bands in America right
Just
now.
come and enjoy. It's like we don't have many more nights that we'll be able to do this type of a thing. So come and enjoy this special thing as we figured out how to pivot in this pandemic and give you guys a show and content. We always love seeing you guys. Eventbrite.com, get those tickets. DanielVanKirk.com for all the stuff
Yeah,
he's
play
got going
bingo,
on.
trivia night, live pen pals with me and Rory.
Follow us on Stereo, all that stuff. Dave Ross, what's cooking with you, buddy?
Dude, people can start getting their emo sports clothes, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that stuff started arriving. Man, that's so funny. Yeah, that's one of the things I've got going on in quarantine. I just started. I have this like logo maker that I subscribe to, and I've been a graphic designer for a while. So I started making these like dumb sports logos that say emotional shit, like "Do you know a good therapist?" and "Help." And stuff,
But they look like
them.
NFL team like logo
great. I
shirts,
love it.
and they say like emotional things.
Having trouble.
It's so funny too because I've quarantine. We've all been trying to make it work and figure it out, right? So I started a solo podcast and a podcast with a friend, and I've bought new equipment, and you see I got this background, and I've honestly been grinding, and it works a little, but building an audience out of lockdown is hard. It's been difficult. It's kind of killed me a lot of the time, and then I make these sports logos. People like them. 3 days later, I make a web store. I put them up, and it's the only real financial thing I've done all
Are
of
you
quarantine.
kidding me? I love it.
Yeah.
What's the website? Where can people get the web store?
It's www.emo.football. That's the
Emo football.
URL.
Dude,
love
please
it.
tell
It's
me
called
there's
emo
one of a
football.
guy busting through a line and it just says impotence on it.
Oh, that's a good one.
There
We don't
you
have
go.
that yet.
There you go.
And then you
I
have
would
the
love to
Good
do a
Heroin
partnership.
podcast that I was on. We talked for 2.5 hours, but it flew by. I absolutely
Oh, that
loved
show's
that
been so
conversation.
fun, man.
And
Yeah.
then tell everybody about your podcast with Caleb.
Oh yeah, I have a podcast with Caleb Sinan. We meet in a park and we sit 6 feet away from each other, and every week we rename something famous.
Nice.
I love
It's
that.
been so fun. Like we and it's really just we shoot the shit, then we do that too. But we tweet it out every Sunday night, record Monday morning.
What's
and,
something that you've renamed famous in the recent episodes?
So Citizen Kane became Dude, Where's My Sled?
That's great.
Great.
Yeah,
That's so
it's been
good.
fun.
Come on.
Let's see another. We renamed The Simpsons Extremely Fat and Incredibly Straight.
Nice.
That one's a lot of fun.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dude, I love it. So you rename famous things. It's time for things to get that reboot. I love it. I love it. All right. So when we stopped off, there was a mound of pennies
Yes.
that a guy who had just quit his job or put in 2-week notice, wrote a note, wrote a second note. He did everything right. It was a toxic work environment, and then his boss showed him how toxic it was by dumping a mound of pennies that he now
We
has
guessed the poundage.
in the wheelbarrow. So Dave guessed 80 pounds. Jay said
Sure.
180. I said 210.
Right. Townies, if you're a Patreon member and you're watching this live, get those answers into the chat right now.
Fire him up.
If you are listening to this, wherever you are in life, scream it. Because the pounds of pennies that this guy found in his driveway that equaled his final check is 504 pounds of pennies.
Oh, Oh my God, I was right.
It's a lot.
Dude.
Bro.
It's a lot.
So when we were in Denver for the United States of America, we went to U.S. Mint, and they just remember
We
they
lose
had those,
money making pennies.
That's right, you lose money making. But
Right.
remember they had those huge sacks of quarters and stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was like, I mean, it was like 1,000 pounds. I should have known, but that's just
504 pounds.
you can't pick that up at a wheel. Like we're gonna put that wheelbarrow.
Is the reason that it took him that long to punish him with the penny mound that's how long it took for him to turn the money into pennies? Because where do you get the pennies? You just how many stores do you go? Like, how do you even get?
Yeah, this is a plan he did that just
Took a while.
Took so much.
Here's the other
time.
thing that's really funny about this is that's so vindictive.
Yeah.
But he's really the one who gets hurt. Like at the end of the day, he's the idiot who had to haul the pennies
Yes.
around and
Wasted
find
that
them.
time. Yeah.
Right.
I had a boss once who was mad at me when I quit and called me into work and was like, "Hey, I have a last check for you." And when I was like, "Oh, thank you so much. I need money." And when I got there was a check in a sealed envelope that she had signed, and it was for $0.00.
Oh, that is mean.
Super mean, but it was a punishment that punished me, not her.
Right.
I'm
Right.
just saying.
It's not a penny mound.
Right.
By the way, penny
It's not
mound
a
is
penny
the
mound.
scariest.
Penny mound.
Yeah, there
it's,
it
a
is.
clown, it's a
Nice.
clown that
Yeah.
lives under the
Clown
street. Lives in the sewer. Okay, fine. He's 500
We
pounds.
all live in a penny
Penny
mound.
mound.
Wait, Penny Mound machine. Wouldn't that be great if Penny Mound was a 500-pound clown that
Scared kids in Dairy,
No,
Maine.
he couldn't get out of the sewer.
Yeah,
He's
he couldn't fit into the
my
sewer.
500-pound clown.
Yeah.
Richie,
My 500 pound.
I'm Penny Mound. Come down here.
Help me wash myself
Come
with a
down
stick.
here. Richie, I gotta give myself
I
an
can't
insulin.
come up there to you, Penny
I'm too
Mound.
big. Nothing floats down here. I'm too big. Richie, I need to give myself an insulin shot first. I'm too big. You bring food down here. I'm
This
Penny Mound.
is a bit about how it is fat.
Yes.
Fat it.
Richie.
You guys been a rough quarantine. Everyone's indoors.
Roll me another Diet Coke. Roll it through. I don't have the energy to chase you, kids. Come here. Please come
I'll
here.
scare the crap out of you if you get down here.
Help me to the car. Help me.
Can someone get a forklift? It's Penny Mound.
Get the paddles. I just had 3 tiny heart attacks.
Penny Mound.
Okay.
Boy.
Yes.
So we're talking about a mound of pennies dumped at Andre's flattened house in the middle of the night as a form of payment for his final check from full title A-OK Walker Luxury Auto Shop, which doesn't sound. How good is that luxury auto shop?
It's okay.
It's
all right.
It's
all right.
CBS 46 spoke with Walker, that is of Walker Luxury Auto.
This is the guy.
In person about the pennies and recorded the conversation.
Oh, God.
May I ask you about the pennies? Do you know anything about them? Asked reporter Jamie Kennedy, in case you had wondered what he's been up to.
I mean, this whole thing, his being a reporter, is a huge experiment.
Yes. May I ask you about the pennies? we got it there.
We got there.
Do you know anything about them? Said Walker. I know tons about it. What's wrong with it?
Not even deny.
Jamie
I know
asked-
that I'm a bad liar.
Jamie
That's how much
asked,
I know.
So did you drop the pennies over at that person's house? Walker said, I don't know if I did or not. I don't really remember.
What?
So he knows everything about it. He does not
Dan,
know if he did or not.
Dan, that has to be Gene's voice.
Yeah, right. I don't know anything about it. I don't really remember. Ask Jamie. You one follow up. You don't know if you did it or not. It doesn't matter. He got paid. That's all that matters. He's a fucking weenie.
Weenie.
Yes,
weenie?
he's a fucking weenie for even bringing it up. End quote.
Who says fucking and weenie?
Weenie.
You either say just weenie because you
Or
can't
he's
curse.
a fucking D-bag.
Right.
Like, you dropped
He's a
an
jag off.
You dropped an F-bomb
He's
as
a
you're pulling the
stupid
next
weenie.
punch.
Here's what he's mad about. He's mad about for even bringing it up, as though he shouldn't
Wow.
mention it. That-
Oh yeah, well this guy is for sure unhinged as
Yes.
fuck.
Mound of pennies.
Can't imagine it being a toxic work
I can imagine just the
With
work
that guy
environment
at the
being
helm.
wonderful.
Jamie,
What if we find out that the thing is that this guy always pays everyone in pennies?
Just a
every
mound
paycheck?
of pennies.
Yeah, you knew that when you started. It seemed like too much of a stretch to ask a penny for his thoughts. Stop, Jamie
Oh,
Boo.
God.
What are you
Boo,
trying to get
Jamie.
a job at the New York Post?
Then
Shut
Jamie-
the hell up.
Then Jamie said,
Man.
"Why is he a weenie for bringing it up?" You got to appreciate
Jamie,
like
just
Jamie's
the follow
Kennedy.
up. The
Yeah.
follow up.
JK.
Because he is, and because you guys give him a platform," said Walker. I just told you exactly what I had to say. You guys are what's wrong with the world. Get the fuck off my property.
Quote.
Yeah.
I'll give you a mound of
Quote.
pennies.
I think the Jamie Kennedy experiment should have been called JK.
JK.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Yeah, that's
Right,
pretty good.
JK.
That's
There's
pretty
the
good.
gag, and
That's
then
pretty
that's
good.
all right.
There
Sorry.
we go.
So then he leaves, and that should be the end of the story. Except for I have
course.
one last thing for you all.
What happened?
How much money in pennies was left in Andres Flatten's driveway?
It's a little over 500 pounds of
504
pennies.
pounds of pennies. How much
Dave,
money do you think that comes out
What do you
to?
think,
What is-
Dave?
yeah, it's like $7. Yeah, I don't know. What would that be? Like
Yes.
$600?
$600 from Dave
I
Ross.
think it's like 490.
$490 from Randy Sklar.
375.
$375.
$4 million.
Get your answers.
Then get them in the
Come on,
in
bring in
the
that chat or
Come
wherever
on.
you are listening to this. We thank everybody who's here with us. If you're a Patreon member, like the people who are watching this live,
says-
stick around.
What someone said, like $1,000. Is that what someone
Stick
said?
around. I think that's Christy who said that.
Yeah.
$1,000 in the chat.
Thank you, Christy.
If you're a Patreon member and you're not here live, stick around because you're going to get to hear Dave's own dumb people town story from his life. But I will leave you all with this: the amount of money left in Andres Flatten's driveway, 504 pounds of pennies, is $915.
Oh my God, that's a lot of money.
Christy, I think, is the winner.
Yeah.
She had 1,000. That's a lot of money. But
Pay
it's
the
probably
man.
2 weeks' work.
So you're about $2 a pound.
Yeah.
A little under.
Good to know.
1.8.
Good to know. All right, you guys.
Worth
Well-
rolling them up and taking them to the bank.
Well, Patreonies, our live Patreon fans who are checking this out right now, we get a wonderful story from Dave Ross. And then
But for everybody else?
this is going to come your way too. Dave is one of our favorite people who has not been afraid to do dumb things in his life. I mean, look, he just made he made a relationship with Fathead. And just
the company.
and the company, folks. Oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.